Hey, what's going on? This is Terrence Manning. This is my Thoughts Uncut. And today I wanted to talk about the truck drivers, the illegal truck drivers slash illegal aliens who are truck drivers that got caught in, I believe, an ICE raid. Um, let's get to it right now.
Guys, that's right. This was an effort in western Oklahoma. These new rules make it more difficult for immigrants to get a commercial driver's license.
It looks a whole lot easier than it is. Yeah, backing up straight is a whole lot harder than it looks like in one of those trucks.
I-40 in western Oklahoma, the latest target of Governor Stitt's Operation Guardian. The governor's office says OHP and ICE apprehended more than 125 immigrants in the country illegally. Lots of those immigrants were truck drivers with commercial driver's licenses.
While they may have trained with someone else and trained for you.
So, how do you obtain a CDL and you're illegal? Like, I'm not understanding. All right, let's continue.
Years. Not having a CDL or not being licensed, there's a lot of stuff behind the licensing part of it that is vital.
In a statement, the governor's office said, quote, "These individuals posed a public safety risk by operating 80,000-pound commercial vehicles without proper verification," and gave an example of one license with no official name on it. Jennifer says safety needs
Did he just say no official?
to be a priority. Example of one license with no official name on it. Proper verification, and gave an example of one license with no official name on it. Jennifer says,
how do you not put a name on a license? Like, I don't understand. And like, don't you have to pass a series of like written and like practical tests to like just get like entry level driver training for CDL? Or is it called ELDT? Maybe something like that. But isn't there like some kind of longer process, legal process, where you have to show you're capable of driving, you can speak the language? Especially if there's a written part. If you're an illegal, how are you passing these tests? This got to be fraud. All right, let's continue. This is outrageous.
safety needs to be a priority.
I think it really just has to be looked at as an overall safety issue, whether they're residents of the United States or not. It's about all drivers.
Monday, new rules from the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration went into effect that limit the authority of state driver's license agencies to give out and renew non-domiciled commercial driver's licenses to people that are domiciled in a foreign jurisdiction. Jennifer says one of her staff members just got back from a Commercial Vehicle Training Association conference where this issue was brought up.
A representative from FMCSA was at that conference and talked about the changes that they recently implemented for non-domicile to stop the issuance of those.
In other words, it won't be impossible, but it'll be harder for non-citizens to get a CDL.
We can do as much as we can with our students, and I think that starts.
And I'm all for that, because that's a huge safety risk for people who are driving. Like, I'm not sure if you guys saw I believe he was Indian who caused back in August, he did some crazy U-turn and caused a crash, what killed the driver. I think it was a minivan he drove right into, and he didn't have no remorse. This is crazy.
The process from the time they call the school to start training.
Now on Friday, U.S. DOT Secretary Sean Duffy posted on social media saying, quote, "Our system to keep Americans safe has been compromised by issuing commercial trucking licenses to operate 80,000-pound vehicles to foreign drivers who are not lawful citizens. The process is broken and a threat to your safety and a national emergency."
The process being broken is an understatement. Like, how did he get a license? I still don't understand. Like, this is outrageous. Like, what? Am I the only person that thinks this? Like, and I'm looking at, like, you have to pass a skill test. You have to study the manual, basically. Like, how are you? Oh, gosh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's possible. Ugh, this is just outrageous. All right, let's see what let's see what Fox News says about this.
Dozens of illegal drivers, and some of them with questionable licenses. Oklahoma's governor is standing by for us, but first, senior national correspondent William Washington
120
is
illegal
live in
migrant
Los
truckers
Angeles on that.
busted.
What are we learning, William?
120 plus truck drivers are that were illegally here driving trucks. Like, this is the system is completely broken.
Well, that's just a spotlight, Sandra. U.S. roads are inundated with hundreds of thousands of commercial drivers who don't speak English, can't read road signs, don't sleep, and undercut U.S. driver wages by some 70%. That's a conclusion by the...
They don't even speak, they can't speak English. That if they can't speak English, they can't read English. How are they reading the signs? How? And this is the guy right here. August 12th. Look at this.
Came after this Florida crash in August, prompted a deep dive into actually who's driving America's 18-wheelers. According to Secretary Sean Duffy, sanctuary states like California, New York, and some red states, Secretary dive into actually who's driving. Came after this Florida crash in August, prompted a deep dive into actually who's driving America's 18-wheelers. According to Secretary,
he didn't even show any remorse. He looked at it like it was like it was a bug or something, or a bird that hit his truck. Like, it's a human being.
Sean Duffy, sanctuary states like California, New York, and some red states are giving Biden-era asylum seekers commercial licenses.
The process for issuing these licenses is absolutely 100% broken. It has become a threat to public safety, and it is a national emergency.
Duffy highlighted crashes across the country like this 17-car pileup in Texas in March, 5 dead, including
17-car pileup, and then
an infant.
How many
country
dead?
Like this 17-car pileup in Texas in March, 5 dead, including an infant. The driver, an asylum seeker from Eritrea.
5 dead, including an infant. Come on, dog. Like, what is going on here? Come on. What are we... The people that are responsible for giving out these CDLs and not doing their jobs should be held liable. Like, you had an infant that died because you have an illegal immigrant, alien, that's in the U.S. as a truck driver, a commercial truck driver,
who spoke Ethiopian, now indicted for manslaughter. And in New Mexico, this big rig makes no attempt to stop, killing one, injuring another. The driver, according to court records, only spoke Mandarin.
The student...
Our highways.
Come on, dog. Like, look at this. What? This is 2 years ago. American Truckers United.
Attempt to stop, killing one, injuring another. The driver, according to court records, only spoke Mandarin.
He only spoke Mandarin, which indicates he's Chinese. It's fair to say that. If you can only speak Mandarin, how are you going to communicate to anyone on the road? How do you communicate into law enforcement when they pull you over? They have way stations. How is he communicating? He didn't even stop. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, you slow down when you see a car in front of you that's stopped or slowing down. Look, what?
Highways are full of what we believe to be hundreds of thousands of improperly licensed commercial truck drivers, a lot of them being illegal immigrants.
Last Friday, Duffy ordered states to stop issuing CDLs to any non-U.S. citizen or lawful resident. He estimates 190,000 non-domiciled truck drivers should lose their license. An audit found California issued
190,000.
25% of its CDLs illegally to immigrants. Now in Oklahoma, a highway checkpoint found 20% of truck drivers were illegal immigrants.
Come on. Come on, you see that. That says no name given. No name given. Come on. What limited term CDL? When was this issued? This was issued this year in April 14th and expires 3 years from now. Richmond Hill, New York. Wait, what? How can you even give this to somebody? What is New York doing too? What? How do you issue a license, a CDL to someone, which they have more responsibility than the average licensed driver because they're hauling all that weight and no name given. Come on, guys. And you guys are telling me this isn't an issue. These immigrants, these illegal aliens are coming in here. One, they're taking jobs from U.S. citizens. They're applying for CDL licenses and they're getting it. And then they're giving no name given. You can't put no name given on any damn document. Can I put no name given on my passport, birth certificate? No name given, and you still give them a CD. They need to find out who issued this license to this truck driver, and they need to be fired. Like, I'm not really for firing people because that's the livelihood, but come on. You're either in on this and getting paid under the table, or you're just incompetent. Either way, you can't keep your job if you give someone a license like this. No name given. I've never even heard of this. Like, he's a John Doe. He's literally a John Doe. I should have just said John Doe. No name given. His initials is NNG. No name given.
Some licenses had no first or middle name.
The vast majority of those people had crossed the southern border into the United States between 2020 and 2024. And all of them had crossed on the southern border.
So states began issuing non-domiciled CDLs in 2021 when President Biden addressed a dispute over driver shortage. Duffy says any state that continues to issue those CDLs to foreigners will lose their highway money. Sandra?
All right, William Marchioness on that for us. Thank you. John?
They should
All right, let's
lose their
dig deeper
highway
on this
money.
by bringing in the governor of the great state of Oklahoma, Kevin Stitt. Governor, thanks so much for being with us. Really appreciate your time, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So you, at least the Oklahoma Highway Patrol and ICE conducted a joint operation in recent days where you arrested more than 125 illegal aliens. And
Good.
you came up with a number of commercial drivers
Good.
who seemed to have licenses that were issued improperly or illegally to them in sanctuary states. You found that, I think, 20% of commercial driver's licenses that you
See, this is the thing about these sanctuary cities and states. All of these illegal immigrants know where to go once they get in illegally. They know where to go. And a lot of these people came in during Biden's time. Like, why is all these sanctuary cities and states having all these crimes and instances where illegal immigrants are killing people, killing U.S. citizens, and then U.S. citizens are out there protesting for this damn nonsense?
examined were awarded to illegal aliens? And I've been reading what you've been saying about this. You're pretty hot about this whole thing.
Yeah, you know, when my head of Highway Patrol called me and was, we were talking about this operation, and to us, it's pretty simple. We're just going to enforce the law. And until drive on roads in Oklahoma, you've got to be able to read and understand English, especially the people driving 18-wheelers. So when he told me that he pulled over 520 vehicles at one of our checkpoints as an operation, and over close to 25% of these drivers were illegally driving. They were from China, Russia. These drivers were illegal. Over close to 25%.
25%
of these drivers were illegally driving. They were from China, Russia, Venezuela. It is unbelievable.
So I don't want to hear people saying that ISIS is targeting black, brown people. He said China, Asian, Russia, European. Come on. Like, they're technically not white, but they are European. Jeez, bro. This is like, I don't understand. Like,
and these aren't people that are here.
And for the people that say, oh, racist this, racist that, this is the second video I seen where they said they saw a Chinese national. Now they're saying Russia too. I didn't even know Russians were trying to sneak in the US like that. I know Chinese did, but Russia's actually part of Eastern Europe, and I believe parts of Asia. Like, the entire country of Russia is like,
legally with a legal CDL. They had overstayed their visa. They had illegally obtained this CDL.
Definitely.
And they're just violating the intent of the law and the absolute law. The one person that we posted on from New York had literally been detained at the southern border, crossing illegal in 2023, and then was just released. It was a catch and release type deal. And they showed up in New York and got their CDL license. And you saw that. It's had no given name. And I'm not trying to call anybody out. I think the American people need to understand this is a problem, and we have to be a law and order state and a law and order country.
We've got that license up, and let's put it back up on the screen again. As you pointed out, William LaJeunesse showed it in his fine reporting.
No, you should be calling people out. This is absurd. This doesn't make any sense. No name given. I'm sorry, guys. Where can you go as a U.S. citizen and provide your license, your identification, whatever it's driver's license or any form of ID, and it says no name given, and they blacked out certain things, his DOB, his picture, understandably, but can you go anywhere as a U.S. citizen and provide some kind of identification form with no name given? Can you buy alcohol with something like this? No name given.
Here it is again. How does somebody receive a commercial driver's license that says no name given?
See?
Well, that's what's, if you read the New York Post today, Richard Barth, who worked and was part of the policy that created the Real ID, and it's very clear, you've got to give your full name. You need multiple, documents that show either a social security number, a passport, maybe a utility bill. So that's what's a head scratcher to us, but these are real problems.
Is that a real ID? If that's a real... If that's a real ID, let me see. Let me see how real ID. Let's see real ID in New York. Let's see. Let's go to images. Yep, that's real ID. You see the star right there. The star indicates real ID. Let me show you guys. Look at that. It's a real ID. I don't know. I'm not sure how you I'm not sure how you obtain a real ID and don't give your name. Like, there's no name given, like first, middle, or last. All right.
And I can give you other examples of some human trafficking that we caught in Oklahoma. But I encourage every state to really look at the policy. I'm not trying to call out any governors, but if you have people in your state that are doing things, you've got to get on top of it, and we've got to be a rule of law country. And I think the American people expect to be safe on the roads, and
we definitely do expect to be safe on the road. Now, we already have to worry about people on their phones. Now we gotta, so yeah, that's something we gotta worry about. We gotta worry about people driving under influence. But come on, you got people who are driving with no real training, and they're a safety hazard because let's say they do commit a traffic violation or they hit someone because they're illegal. I would say they're more so willing to leave the scene. So, I mean, if I was illegal, I'd probably leave the scene. Like, they know they'll get deported. This is
our 18-wheelers to be driven by people that can understand and read English. And you gave an example of down in Texas, the public safety issue and the major car wreck that killed some people. And that's what we're trying to avoid. And we need to fix immigration altogether. We need to have policies that if people are working here and there's an employer that wants to match the employee, we need to work on that. But we have to secure our border, and we have to make sure that people are here legally and they have a legal right to be here, and we know who they are and they've been properly vetted. And I think that's what the American people deserve and want.
Governor, just to finish off here, you mentioned the accident in Texas. There was also this one.
See, this is the thing that people don't understand is people coming here illegally are causing unnecessary violence, deaths. They're taking U.S. citizens' jobs. There's so many different things that affect us citizens, and these people are usually they're going to Black communities, low-income communities, and these guys are taking U.S. citizens' jobs. Like CDL truck drivers, they make good money, and there's certain things that they're not allowed to drive certain hours. But if you're illegal, they're probably gonna the companies are knowing that you're illegal are probably telling them, "Oh, keep driving," knowing that they're fatigued, they're tired, they didn't get adequate sleep. This is absurd. I'm sorry, let's continue.
One back on August the 12th in Florida, where a driver from India who was an illegal alien, had a commercial driver's license, did a U-turn in the middle of an interstate.
Yeah,
a van slammed into that truck. 2 people were killed and a third taken to hospital with critical injuries.
It looked like his actual the passenger actually seemed more concerned than the driver.
Any evidence
Look at this.
People were killed?
Look how he reacts.
A van slammed into that truck. 2 people were killed and a third taken to hospital with critical injuries.
He seemed a little bit more concerned than the driver.
Is there any evidence that these people who have these CDLs have gone through the appropriate training?
Look at his face. He's no remorse. He actually looks evil as hell.
These
No
training
remorse.
programs, they have to follow federal guidelines. They have to register with the federal government. But do we know if they care whether or not these are illegal aliens who are going to these schools, and are they even going to these schools?
That's the thing. Not. I think during COVID, it kind of got out of control, and during the Biden administration, they opened these what we're calling illegal CDLs up. And we're just now finding out about it. We're cracking down in states like Oklahoma, and Secretary Duffy's all over this issue. But it's also harming American companies in the trucking business, right? It's illegal labor. It's people that are here illegally. And we've got to crack down on it. As far as the number of accidents, 100%, there's problems if you can't read the signs, if you don't understand the driving and you're not properly trained to get behind an 18-wheeler. That is a problem. There's a reason we have these kind of schools around to train CDL drivers, because those are big machines, and they can cause a lot of damage when you have people behind those machines that don't know what they're doing.
I just want to put this one last.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. We can't have this. And I understand this was probably, it seems like from what he said, I believe he is the governor of Oklahoma, that a lot of these illegal immigrants received this during the Biden administration and during COVID. And like he said, they're just finding out about this. When I came across this, I was like, oh, I've definitely got to review this. Let me know when you guys think. Like, subscribe. I'll be looking at the comments. Have a good one. Stay safe out there.